because oh jeez.
It's the
Because
Pikachu
the
clone.
next one, is the
Pikachu. They're not even hiding that
Dedenne.
it's a Pikachu clone.
A electric fairy. It's just Pikachu.
But it's a fairy.
It's just Pikachu if it was a gerbil.
Yeah, he is kind of cute though. You can't deny.
I know, but it's like so.
It's so boring.
They're not
It's
even
so...
trying
No,
anymore.
they didn't.
Meryl was at least was like unique.
No.
This is like.
Clone.
Ugh. Yeah. I mean, even Pachirisu was more unique.
Yeah.
This, yeah. Don't use it on principle. You know, I would be tempted though at some point to do like an entire team of Pikachu clones.
That'd be funny.
But anyways, moving on. Now we good? Hey guys, I'm Bill, also known as the Barbecue Games on Instagram.
And I'm Alex, his sister, who brings only chaos.
And together we are the Gaming and Collecting Podcast, a mostly video game centered podcast.
But half the time, we just talk about anime.
And that collecting thing, well, that's mostly just an implication at best.
So come along and enjoy us on this adventure
As we discuss the games that shaped us. So, how you been?
Been good. We're definitely not as angry as our last podcast.
Well,
so...
the last podcast was about anime, but
true.
it was recorded on the same day as Anime Boston. But yeah, that was a time.
Yeah.
But anyways, week's been long.
This week, well, I feel like we always say this, but whenever there's a long weekend, it's so nice in theory until you go to work the next week and then you're just like,
I don't want to be here. Yay.
And like everything is just chaos. So
Yep. People running around with their heads cut off, like the world is ending.
it was so big. I'm just really tired. Like last week just took a lot out of me, and I'm just tired.
Yeah.
But hoping this week is a little less crazy.
Yeah.
We got a nice little guest today.
Is she really a guest at this point, though? She's in every episode at this
Not
point.
every episode.
It's been lately.
Well, yeah. She's guest hosting. I am the tiller. She's sitting in my arms. She hasn't really
Well, nothing will ever like be as bad as the Simpsons episode where she was just
where she was a terror.
out of control little terror.
Give her a kiss.
But other than that, though, really haven't been watching a lot of anime. We're still currently between housing situations right now,
Yeah.
so
Getting that settled. That's a lot. Finding a place to live is so hard right now.
yep. But you got approved for your loan, so
Yeah, I got
That's a good
proof for
sign.
Logan.
okay. And Tillard's now leaving.
She like neck chopped me.
But yeah, so that's been the thing. We haven't really been I haven't really been able to watch a lot of anime lately,
Yeah.
just because. Yeah.
I think the last one I was watching was the Irregular at the Magical High School, which I didn't realize had a dub until I found it on Crunchyroll. I was like, oh, I should watch this. So I was watching that for a bit, but we've been watching The Simpsons a lot.
Yeah, we've been on like a Simpsons binge for like the last like 2 weeks because we just got over our like crappy anime binges where we watched all of Sonic X and we started watching Yu-Gi-Oh, but then we just kind of got into a Simpsons binge lately.
Yeah.
It's been really entertaining watching the show progressively get worse and worse every season.
Yeah, no, it really does.
Like people always joke about the Scully era being like the point like where it really took a nosedive, but you watch some of the Scully episodes now and you realize they weren't that bad compared to like what we have now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I think anime-wise, the only thing I've been watching is I'm finishing Yashahime because there is one more dubbed episode left, and then that is done. And Alex can finally be happy again.
I'm not. It's not that I don't like it. I just don't care. You know. Oh, he got up. Oh, he has games.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We haven't done a collecting update in a while
Oh.
because I haven't really been collecting, although I have bought a few Switch games in the past few months. So I figure we can go over those. I've got Neptunia Seren Kagura Ninja Wars, which was a crossover. It looked dumb and I wanted to play it.
Nice.
We got Rune Factory 5, another classic. Alex has been on a Story of Seasons binge lately.
I was, yeah, but it's on a pause right now.
Yep. And then other than that, I got new Pokemon Snap finally. More on that later. I bought, because it was in a bargain bin for $5, I got the Sonic Mania Sonic Team Racing double pack. Because, I mean, hey, $5 for two pretty good games. Well, one great game and one pretty decent game.
Yeah.
Can't complain there. And this one was purely for shits and giggles. I got the Grand Theft Auto Remastered Trilogy for Switch. Because I just want to see how bad it really is.
Yeah.
And I'm all for that. But yeah, that's my collecting update. All Nintendo Switch right now because that's the only real console I have access to that I can still reliably collect for because Vita games are stupidly expensive. But other than that, I guess we haven't really been drinking on the podcast lately.
No, because we've been doing it during the day, so it doesn't really make sense.
I'm drinking a Polar Premium Seltzer Ginger Lime Mule, and you have the remains of a coffee.
Yeah, what's remaining of a coffee?
Yep. But other than that, though, it's been a bit of a... Not much. It's been a week since the last time we podcasted.
Yeah.
And I guess now we're actually getting into it. We're going to be continuing on with the 6th part of our ongoing Pokemon retrospective series we've been doing.
Yep.
We're finally into the Kalos region of Pokemon X and Y.
Yeah, that was the French place.
The
one based off Paris.
Primarily based off of Paris. Honestly, I remember back in the day when this game came out, and it was like such a big deal because it was the first one on 3DS, and they were finally going into 3D.
Yeah.
And it was a big deal at the time. And honestly, when the game came out, it was a pretty big thing. Because it was the last Pokemon I really got hyped for when it came out.
Yep.
Not counting the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire remakes, but that was purely nostalgia based. Mm-hmm. And I played the hell. This was the first day. I didn't go to. They didn't have a midnight release, but I went to the morning day one release. Because I always remember it was all teenagers and adults and one child.
Yep.
Polar opposite of the Grand Theft Auto 5 release, but
yep.
Yeah. So X and Y is weird because it's I remember a lot about it, but it's also probably the most forgettable Pokemon game I think ever.
Huh.
This was Team Flare.
No, yeah, I mean,
This was Team Flare.
Team Flare.
Remember
Wasn't
that?
Their
fashion.
goal was about fashion.
Fashion,
right?
and the villain was the super obvious. This guy's the villain.
Yeah.
But it didn't reveal until right at the end, kind of situation.
Yep.
There's also the giant guy. Yeah.
Also, this was 1-2 where you had that group of friends.
Yeah, you had there was the 5 different rivals, which was actually
really rivals. They weren't were they what were they? I think they were more just annoying.
Serena was a rival.
Yeah.
Sort of. But they kind of had the blonde girl, the alternate player. Well, no, yeah, you played as her, so you had Callum instead.
Oh, okay. I was like, who the fuck is her? I was so confused.
The female pro tag.
And this was also one of the first games that brought about the redesigning.
Yeah, custom characters.
Yeah.
It was a very expansive title for the time. But anyways, I guess we're going to finally get into this one, because this one, ironically, we were joking behind the scenes. We can't barely remember any of the Pokemon from this gen.
I couldn't even remember the starters until you were like, oh yeah, the frog one. And I was like, oh yeah, frog.
Yep.
But yeah.
Anyways, so starting off, we're going to start with Pokemon number 650. Yeah. Chespin. The grass starter for this gen. It's
He's the spicy nut Pokemon.
Yes.
That's what it says.
And he looks like a chipmunk wearing a grass hat.
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of Chespin.
I don't think his design...
I usually go with green and grass, but I didn't go with grass.
I don't think his design is terrible, but it's I don't know. Something about it just was as the guy who always picks grass types, it just didn't appeal to me. And it especially was apparent when we get to his evolved form of Quilladin, where he literally looks like he just got stung by a bee.
He does. And he gets derpy.
Yeah. And Quilladin then evolves into Chestnut.
Oh, but he's the spiny armor Pokemon.
Yes. But then we get Chestnut. He's literally Buzz Lightyear.
He doesn't even... It's just weird because he doesn't even look like...
Grass fighting was an interesting... They were like, okay, you don't like firefighting? Well, fine. Grass fighting.
Yeah.
But he looks like Buzz Lightyear.
Also, his evolution is just so, like, startling. Like, especially if you scroll down, you'll see the evolution chart. Like, that to that makes sense, but that to that don't look anything alike.
Yeah.
Like, it just is bizarre.
Yeah, I was not really a fan of the Chespin line. The only part of it I like is the first one, and then it gets downhill from there.
Yeah.
But anyways, then we move on to the Fennekin, the...
Fox. It's
Yeah.
a Firefox. It's the Firefox
it's Mozilla.
logo.
Mozilla. Good design, just fire type.
Yeah.
As someone who doesn't only picks fire types in like Gen 2 for the most part, and more on that later, the other gens, but it's fine.
Yeah.
A little generic because it kind of just it's another Firefox.
I feel like it could also be in any other game. Like I could see it not in a Pokemon game.
Yeah, and then it evolves into Briixen.
It stands on its hind leg.
Yeah.
And it has a stick coming out of
Its
butt.
ass. Yeah, I don't know. This one is
Meh.
nah.
I mean, it's
And then it gets super. Actually, I think the final form's better, but it gets like super extra with Delphox.
At least this one, the evolution actually makes sense.
See, he pulls the stick out of his ass and lights it on fire.
No, it was on fire in his butt. And then he pulls it out and he's like, fire!
Yes.
And it's fire psychic.
The evolution chain, though, at least makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely does for this one.
Fire psychic, though, that is different.
Yeah, I mean, it's not firefighting.
Yeah. And then we get to the one that everyone remembers, Froakie.
Yeah.
I like Froakie.
Froakie ended up being super popular. Like, he ended up being in, like, the Pokemon Detective Pikachu movie.
Yep, and his evolved form...
His evolved form did.
Was very well known.
Bubble Frog.
I like Froakie. It's a frog.
He's cute. I chose Froakie.
I did too. This was like one of the rare water types I choose.
I like Frogie's next evolution.
Frogolator?
Yeah, he's cute.
He's like super smug looking.
Yeah, he does look smug. And I think it's a good transition to his final one, too.
Yeah, Greninja, who was in Smash Brothers. And Water Dark is cool.
Pikachu.
Yeah. Greninja's just a cool looking Pokemon. Like
Yeah.
This is probably like the best of the three. The evolution chain makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And
I like how his scarf is his tongue.
Yeah, that is a good take. I don't like. He lost his bubbles though.
He did, but he grew up. Well,
He
no,
did.
they're on his like kneecaps.
I guess.
His
Yeah.
elbows.
I guess. But yeah, starter wise, kind of weak. Very one sided.
Yeah.
Like Gen 5, Gen 4, Gen 3. At least all the starters were pretty fun. Like every gen before this. This
I
is
feel
the.
like a lot of people chose Greninja.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people chose the water type for this.
Well, because I think back to previous gens, and I'm always kind of like, I mean, I know Gen 1 Charmander is like the most popular for a lot of people, but people
love
still
Bulbasaur
people
and,
yeah,
Squirtle.
There's an entire account dedicated to Bulbasaur propaganda. So.
Yes, it's a wonderful account. Please follow it.
And even Gen 2, like everyone liked all three of them. I mean, yes, Cyndaquil is arguably the most popular, but
Yeah.
Gen 3 they're all equally popular. Gen 4 they were all pretty equally popular. Gen 5 equally popular. This is the first one where I feel like it was really one-sided.
Yeah.
But anyways, now moving on to regular Pokemon, we get Bunbuly. It's a bunny.
It's stupid looking.
But it's like another rabbit.
Yeah, they already made a rabbit Pokemon.
So this is kind of like the generic normal type
Mm,
that you find early in the game.
yeah.
Because it
Oh, I
evolves
hate
into Diggersby, where he looks like he found chocolate.
And he gets ground abilities.
Yeah. He looks smug as shit,
Yeah.
too.
I do kind of like how his ears become like a little fist.
That is a decent...
It's a cool
touch.
little touch. But I still hate him.
Yep. And then moving on, we get to the bird of this generation, Fletchling. I like how it's a little tiny bird.
I like Fletching. He's really cute.
Yeah, he's like... It's a very different, like, take from the previous, where they were like all like big birds.
Yeah.
I still think it was a missed opportunity. And oh no, there was a bald eagle one. Never mind. But
Womp womp.
I forgot it wasn't the main one though. I like how it's different. Like they went for a tiny bird rather than like a big bird.
Yeah, he's cute.
And he evolves into Fletchinder.
I like his middle form too, because he still looks like
He
similar,
looks edgy,
but he looks edgy.
and also what's cool about this one is he's a fire type, which is actually kind of unique because a lot of if you picked Froakie, it's like a fire type right there early in game.
Yeah.
Well, I did forget about this though. You get gifted a Gen 1 starter very early in the game.
Oh yeah.
For you picked Bulbasaur obviously right away,
Yeah.
but a lot of people picked Charmander. So.
And that's why he was so great for my team, having the
That's
bird
true.
boy.
And then Talonflame, his final form. I really like this. This is actually probably one of my favorite like birds in the entire series. Probably right.
I feel bad because I feel like he's very much forgotten. Like I don't think he really appears
His final
in any
form.
other games. And, like, he's cool.
Fletchling appears quite a bit because it's very iconic looking. Talonflame, honestly, it's probably my second favorite bird behind Swallow.
I'd say Talonflame definitely is up there for me.
He's up there with like
He's really cool.
Pidgeot.
I feel like the only thing that stinks for him is just his game is so forgettable.
But anyways, moving on, we get a bug type. It's Scatterbug.
It kind of looks like the bunny. But with
Yeah,
a
it
bug.
does a little.
Like the coloring's the same. Like
Yeah.
eh.
And then
bug.
it evolves into Spupa.
Spupa. Oh, is this like the?
Yeah,
Ew.
this is like the cocoon. This is basically this gen's Butterfree
Yeah.
in a lot of ways because then it evolves
Downgrade.
into Vivillon. I like Vivillon though. Vivillon's a decent looking.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, that's cute.
I mean, it's basically just
Forgot it existed,
Yeah.
but it's cute.
It's basically just another Beautifly or Butterfree, which I mean, hit or how many bug types other than Heracross make it that far in a game?
Yeah, not a lot. Yeah.
I mean, Beautifly maybe. I could see for like contests, but yeah, I do like this one though from a design standpoint.
Yeah, it's cute.
And then moving on, we get Litlo.
Oh, another fire.
Yeah, and it's like a lion-ish,
Yeah.
or is it a dog? A bear? I can't really tell.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's cute. So it's funny because I always love going back to Gen 3, where like there was like no fire types at all, and then you get to like other gens like this, and there's like fire types everywhere.
Yeah.
So then we get to Pyroar after, which is an evolved form. I do like this touch. The
I like the one with it. Kind of actually reminds me of Sword and Shield. Just it reminds me of, because I think it's just because of the mane on like the one around his face. You know, it just reminds
What's
me.
also pretty interesting is this Pokemon is like 85, has like an 85% chance of being female when you breed it, as opposed to like 12% male.
Is that what the I'm assuming
The main,
lady
the lady is the one with the hair, and then the male is the one with the giant mane.
It's
I do like that. Like the gender differences are very apparent.
a nice touch.
It's a decent fire type look though, and then we get Fable.
Is this one of the first fairies?
So this was probably the debut of the fairy type because Gen 6 is where the fairy types were first introduced.
Yeah.
The dragon killers.
Yep.
And
See this little flower bitch? He's gonna kill your fucking dragon.
although retroactively a lot of normal types from previous games were retroactively changed into fairy types. But this was like the first one, and it's Flebebe.
It looks like a little sprite hanging out with a flower.
It evolves into Floette, which I kind of like. Decent, very Gen 3-esque.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Roselia or Roserade in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Because
And it does have a nice evolution flow.
Yep,
I
and
like
then
that.
into Florages. If I'm butchering these, I'm sorry, but I don't care that much.
That's pretty.
It is.
It reminds me of you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Roselia, like you said, but it also reminds me of like the Ralts evolution into, I forget the final
Gardevoir.
It kind of reminds me of Gardevoir a little bit.
Also, I believe they're 100% female.
Yes. Which kind of makes sense
Yeah.
for the design.
And then next we get Skiddo, a grass type. It's a deer. I actually kind of like its design, the color contrast,
Oh, yeah.
the dark and...
Oh, I wonder if when it evolves, it has different, forms for the seasons.
I like how it's not the traditional, grass type where it's, super plant-like.
Yeah.
It's they went in a different direction.
He's a goat.
Go-Goat is his evolved form.
Go-goat.
And I actually do like that evolution because it's a very natural evolution.
Yeah. I like it.
He just looks older.
Yeah, he's older and wiser.
And then next we get Pancham.
Oh,
It's a panda.
This one ends up being in a ton of games, too.
See, at first I thought he was another grass type, but he's actually a fighting type.
Yeah.
Because of the leaf in his mouth.
His evolved form is actually pretty good.
Pangoro?
Yeah, I've used it before.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing him. I think he in the Pokemon fighting game?
I believe so. But I know, too, he was definitely in Pokemon Sword and Shield. But I like it. I've used him before, actually. He's a good fighting type. And he's a panda.
Yeah. And then after we get another normal type with Furfrou. It looks like a dog.
Oh, Frou-Frou.
It's like a dog.
Frou-Frou. It's like a poodle. And I wish it's the poodle Pokemon. Yeah, they made that for Paris.
Yeah.
They made that for the locations.
Not a fan.
Ugh. The
Oh,
next one.
Esper.
Esper.
It's like
the restraint Pokemon. Yeah, it really looks like it's restraining itself from...
first psychic, I think?
Yeah. It's creepy
it's
looking.
like a kitty cat staring into your soul.
Mm.
It's like Hello Kitty if it was demonic.
Oh, that's kind of cool. It's evolved. I believe it's an evolved form. Yeah, its evolved form is
Meowstic?
Cool. It has 2 different forms.
It's 100% male.
Oh, no, 100% female. Oh, wait, no. It has male, female.
Oh, the different... Yeah,
female.
never mind. I didn't click the thingy. That is actually a nice touch.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like the 2 different designs. They're kind of nice.
I like how they're opposites of each other.
Yeah.
Like they invert the colors, and the male has more edgy lines, and the female one has more feminine lines.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
But
Different.
I have
Never
no
used.
recollection.
I never used one.
Nope.
But and now we're getting to the really goofy ones.
A sword.
Honedge. It's a sword.
You're running out of ideas, if you couldn't tell.
A steel ghost type, which is kind of cool. I never used one. So this is another kind of like the ice.
100% defense, though. Defense is,
Yeah.
100.
It's funny because we later get Sword and Shield later down the line, but the sword Pokemon's right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ice cream from last Gen 5 was kind of like the beginning of the really outlandish designs.
Yeah, I like the ice cream one, though. It's kind of
But its
fun.
evolved form is Dual
Two
Blade,
swords.
which is 2 swords. It's kind of like Dotrio evolves into... Doduo evolves into Dotrio, just another head.
Oh, yeah, and it gets another evolution,
Oh, yeah, it does.
too.
And then we get... Agislash? These names are a little much.
It's funny, though, because...
It's a sword and shield.
Oh, and it has a shield form and a blade form.
Yes.
It's funny. I think the third, the evolved form, this one, appears in more games than, the original forms, though.
Yeah, it's just funny because later on there was a sword and shield.
Mm.
And then moving on, we get Spirit Z.
It's a fairy.
I don't like its... It's like a
It's weird.
Clefairy or whatever.
I don't really like
With
it.
a nose.
And it evolves
Into-
into...
Ugh, the
it's
nose.
showing some leg.
The nose
it's
bothers
sexually showing some leg. Why is it doing that?
The nose bothers me.
And the leg bothers me. In the pose, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Weird.
I don't use fairy types much, so I never use this.
Yeah, I don't use this.
Oh, and then we get another fairy type with Swirlix. It's a cotton ball.
Cotton candy Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
And
Anyways.
it gets worse. It gets worse.
Slurpuff. Ew.
It's the merengue of Pokemon. Meringue Pokemon.
I'll pass.
I'll also pass. No thanks.
Yeah, so we moved on from that. Now we get Inkay.
A squid. It
But
looks
it's
like
not
it should
a-
be water,
But it's not a water type.
Nope.
I like how the hat, the squid, the top part is kind of like a hat.
Yeah, it's cute.
It is a cuter, compared to those previous two. Yeah, I'm okay with this one.
Ugh.
And they ruined it with its evolution.
It's
Mammal
creepy looking. Well, I can see why it's dark type, but just it needs to stay in the dark.
See,
and not come out.
that's the thing that you see on the wall at the police station.
Ugh.
Like, the please stay away.
Oh, this one.
Binnacle.
It's barnacle. Pokemon.
It's a rock with two hands coming out of it.
Yep.
And they're grumpy gusses.
Yep. Its evolution is weird.
Oh, Barkle.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, it's a Power Ranger.
Yeah. He goes, go, Power Ranger.
You know what's funny? That you get the hands coming out from, like, it has four hands, but then its head is also a hand.
Yeah.
That's kind of extra, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't like how it's like,
It's grump face.
Yeah.
And then...
Also, I don't like how, like, on all the other hands it has 3 claws, but that one specifically has, like, a human-like hand. And it's
Yeah.
creepy. I don't like it.
So then after that we get Skrelp.
Ugh. Ugly.
Poison water. That's different.
Ugly
Okay.
ass Pokemon.
The mock kelp Pokemon.
It looks stupid.
It looks like a seahorse cosplaying as something.
Its evolved form is a little better, but it still looks stupid.
Oh, poison dragon. That's different.
Oh, it's dragon?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
I'll never... it's probably not my dragon type, personally.
Me either.
And then we get Clauncher. It's a water crab looking thing.
Yeah.
It's
We've
not
done
quite...
that before.
It's not quite crabby.
It's more lobster-like.
Yeah, it's kind of like a lobster version of corefish, in a way.
Yeah.
I prefer corefish.
Me too.
It's like
I
a shrimp.
remember its evolved form.
Oh, Claws Eater?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I remember that.
That dude needs to get outside more often.
Yeah.
The one arm bigger than the other. You know what I'm saying? He looks ready to fuck some shit up, though.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, and okay, here's a Pokemon that I know very well. Helioptile. Helioptile, I think it's pronounced.
Sure.
The electric normal type. It's like a... What would that be?
I don't freaking know.
It's like a weird, like, sloth, like, lizard creature
I
thing.
don't know.
It's an electric type.
Oh, I guess it's lizard because it's evolved form. I do like its evolved form. He looks so happy.
It's funny, though, because the transition from that to that is so abrupt.
Yeah.
Because I do like Heliolisk more. I'm not sure if it's my go-to electric type for this gen, though. Considering you can find Pikachus so often in this game.
I love this one. The next
Oh, Tyrant? Yeah, I love Tyrant. It's just a dinosaur. Dragon.
and a dragon. He's so cool.
So he reminds me a lot of Sandile for whatever reason.
Yeah, he does.
I'd use this guy again if I did another playthrough.
I love his evolved form because he's just a fucking dinosaur dragon.
Tyrantrum?
Yeah, I'm sad he never appeared. Was he the what's it called?
The pseudo-legendary?
I was gonna say the fossil?
Oh, maybe.
Was he the fossil? I think he was the fossil.
Let me see. Yeah, you revived the jaw fossil. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
he was the fossil, and he was the one I picked, and he was super freaking cool. I loved it.
Okay, so then the next one is Amara.
Oh yeah.
Laura, the other fossil.
Rock Ice.
Rock Ice, that's cool. It's not a bad design. It's another dinosaur-looking Pokemon.
He's not just a boulder. He's a rock.
This one, the other one looks very old, like a fossilish. This one, not quite.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a very.
I really love its evolved form.
Honestly,
anyway.
this looks like it could be a starter.
Yeah, it does.
And then it's Aurorus. Okay, so this one looks more fossil-like,
Yeah.
I will say.
I don't really like it, though.
Yeah, it's... Yeah.
Tyranitan is much better.
Yep. And then we get... Oh, okay, here's another.
Oh, the Fairy Eevee.
Sylveon.
I gotta say, that's an adorable design.
It is. It is a
It's
very
cute.
solid-looking design.
Yeah.
The Intertwining Pokemon. How does this one evolve? I'm curious about
Is
that.
it a stone?
I don't think so.
Let's see.
Oh, it's affection and Pokeamine while knowing a fairy move. So you know that stupid like Pokemon. The Pokemon like this thing in the game where you can like pet the Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
That you have to basically use that.
And then have it know a fairy.
Yeah, and it has to have a fairy move. A little extra, but I like how it's keeping up the trend of evolutions all having a very similar design like that. And it's also Pokemon number 700, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
The intertwining Pokemon. Cute Charm is its ability. It's funny, though, looking at all the different evolutions and how they have all these, like, super different evolution patterns.
Yep.
I kind of hope... It's kind of a bummer that this is still the most recent one, and they, like, haven't gone any farther.
No? Oh.
Like, I wish they'd make more of them. I kind of want it to be, like, there's one for each, like, each type.
Yeah.
Because I want a Dragon Eevee starter.
That would be cool.
That would be super goofy. But anyways, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. So anyways, now moving on, we get Halucha.
Halucha.
It's a luchador bird.
This one they also liked and used in a bunch of games after. I just remember seeing this one.
So I like the design, but the head bothers me.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's supposed to be his beak.
It's supposed to be the mask. It's the way how the underside is like flat, though.
Yeah.
It kind of bothers me.
And it doesn't evolve into anything.
No, because jeez.
It's the Pikachu
Because
clone.
the next one, is the
Pikachu. They're not even hiding that
Dedenne.
it's a Pikachu clone.
A electric fairy. It's just Pikachu.
But it's a fairy.
It's just Pikachu. If it was a gerbil.
Yeah, he is kind of cute though. You can't deny.
I know, but it's like so.
It's so boring.
They're not
it's
even
so...
trying
no,
anymore.
they didn't.
Meryl was at least was like unique.
No.
This is like
clone.
Ugh. Yeah. I mean, even Pachirisu was more unique.
Yeah.
This, yeah. Don't use it on principle. You know, I would be tempted though at some point to do like an entire team of Pikachu clones.
That would be funny.
But anyways, moving on. Now we get Carbink. They're running out of ideas. It's a fairy rock.
It's a rock.
It's funny. It's a fairy rock, but it looks more like an ice type.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's supposed to be jewels, so I guess those are supposed to be diamonds.
I don't like it.
Oh.
And next we get Gumi.
A gooey dragon.
It's ew. I don't like it.
It's the soft tissue Pokemon.
It's a pile of white goo with green. I hate this.
I like its evolution because he gets like a little shell.
Oh, Sliggoo?
Oh, but I don't like his Hisuian. Hisuian or Hisuian? I don't know how to say it.
Hisuian.
Hisuian. I don't like his Hisuian.
Yeah, because he's hiding in a rock.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a shell, but, you know, I do like his second form.
He looked so derpy.
Yeah, I know, but he's a dragon type.
And then we get Goodra. It's
looks like he's drooling.
It looks like he's diseased.
I kind of feel bad for his it just looks like he's like, oh, my back hurts.
Yeah.
My back hurts.
I don't like this. Dragon Steel is nice, but is this the pseudo legendary for the game?
I think it is. I think it was.
I don't like it.
I don't know.
I really don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't even remember.
Well, what do you think about the next one? A pair of fucking keys.
Oh, the fucking key Pokemon.
This really shows like how they were running out of ideas.
And there's still 3 more gens after this.
I feel like this one was made and it was like, all right, we need a new Pokemon. Look around the room, and the guy's just like, keys. He picks up his key. I feel like that's how this one was made.
Yeah.
It's fucking keys.
It's
dumb.
just keys.
It's dumb.
Kelficki.
Oh, this one's kind of
Phantump.
cool. I actually kind of like this one.
Ghost grass is cool.
Yeah.
It's a ghost tree.
I kind of like him. I like his little boo.
I love his like face. He's like, yo, what's up? I'm here.
He's like, boo.
And he evolves into Teverant.
Oh, I actually really like that.
It's ghost tree.
Makes him look really spooky.
Ghost tree.
He's cool. I like him. I may use him if I ever play X and Y again.
Yeah,
I probably won't, but
yeah.
if I ever do, I'll put him on my team. Oh wait, I won't because I'll have Bulbasaur, and I'll never not pick Bulbasaur.
After that, we get another ghost grass. Wow.
It's a pumpkin.
Pumpkaboo.
Pumpkaboo, and I know this one was in what's it called? Scotland game. Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield.
Because I remember there was like a field part, and he was hiding as like a pumpkin in it. But yeah, he's a pumpkin.
And he evolves into Gorgeist.
He evolves into a pumpkin. Don't trust.
I don't like his evolved form nearly as much.
I don't either. I like this first one better.
Yeah. That is too cool, though. 2 ghost grass types.
Yeah, interesting.
And then we get Blurgamite. It's an ice...
It's nice. It's an ice chunk Pokemon.
Basically, yeah.
It's an ice chunk.
That evolves into Avalugg.
A bigger ice chunk.
No, he's a glacier.
Iceberg
He's an iceberg
Pokemon.
now.
There we go.
The Hisuian version is... He looks like a steamroller or a plow.
It's kind of cool that he's ice rock.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. But...
He has that face that says, like, kill me, though.
Kill me, please. I will say, though, he actually kind of reminds me of, I'm bringing the starter from Pearl. Diamond and Pearl. The grass one. Terratora. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Just how it's, like, a chunk of land, which is kind of cool. But, yeah. I don't remember him. Oh, I remember this one.
Oh, Noibat. Flying dragon. A dragon bat, essentially.
They gave a lot of dragon types.
They did. Well, yeah, because they got to counteract the fairy types.
Ah, yep.
What's funny, though, is, like, this one it's funny, with the bat types, like, you always remember, because, like, Alex is, like, she is a stan for Crobat.
Yeah, I freaking love Crobat. He's awesome. Bulbasaur, Crobat, and, like, Snorlax are in, like, my top 3.
It's evolution, though, of, like, Noivern. I don't know how I feel about it. It's like...
I just remember
he looks like a bat on Roid Rage.
Well, that and kind of Dracula-like.
Yeah, a little.
Little Dracula.
The sound wave. He's like a mix between a bat and then that, like, weird, like, sound Pokemon from Gen 3.
Yeah.
And then next... Oh, we're already at the legendaries. We get
Xerneas. There really wasn't that many.
Yeah. We get Xerneas.
Yeah. You had this one, right?
Yeah, this was the X one.
Yeah.
It's a giant deer.
Giant deer. I think, honestly, this was one of those times where I got the better
legendary. Yeah, the Wivy... I can't pronounce that.
I can't.
It's like a bat. I don't like his butt claw. I'm not really a fan of the butt claw.
The butt claw? Yeah, the butt claw is a little weird, but he was cool. He was a cool guy. I liked him.
He was dark flying, which I prefer immensely to fairy type.
Yeah.
And then
he had some really cool moves, too.
And then there's Zygarde, who I don't even think I ever encountered in the game.
Zygarde? Let me see. Oh, I think I ran into him.
So what's confusing is his 50% form is like a slug-looking thing. His 10% form is a dog. And his complete form is a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Megazord.
I think I ran into his 50% form. I've never seen the 10%, but...
Yeah.
And I've never seen the complete form. But I honestly feel like I just didn't care.
Yeah, I think after I got the credits, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, I never really, because I don't really remember ever going back and replaying this one after I
No,
beat it.
I don't either.
I was just like, alright, I'm done.
Then we get Dynency, which is a rock fairy, which I like Mega Dynency. She looks like a Sailor Moon.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I mean,
She looks like Sailor Moon.
oh yeah, she does. That's kind of cool.
I never saw this thing though in the game.
Nope, me either.
Oh, it was an event exclusive. That's why.
Ah,
They're still doing those, huh?
I'm sorry. This next one's fucking stupid.
Hoopa.
That's dumb. That's the dumbest looking Pokemon.
What the? Look at its unbound form though.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That doesn't even look like the same thing.
It goes from Psychic Ghost to Psychic Dark.
Yeah, and it also kind of reminds me of like what's it called?
It was another event exclusive.
What's it like called? It has like the multiple arms and like
a Jin or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it just kind of reminds me.
It reminds me of the villain from Sonic and the Secret Rings.
Yeah, it does look very Sonic in the Secret. That's weird.
I don't
like that. That is really weird.
Then there's Volcanion, a water fire type.
Oh.
That's. I don't like the giant ring in his back, but I like that type concept.
Yeah, I mean that's I feel like they did play around with a lot of interesting concepts. He's the Steam Pokemon, which makes sense.
All the great deals. The Steam sale.
Oh my god. Punch you.
Yeah, I don't like the giant key ring in his back though. That's not pleasant.
Ouch. Looks painful.
And that's it.
Oh yeah.
720. No, 721. The final. Yeah, so we're up to.
There really wasn't that many.
No, there really wasn't, because the majority of this game was like old Pokemon, and there wasn't there wasn't a trio in this game, unless. Yeah, there wasn't a trio of legendaries in this game.
No. Yeah, they just were like X1, and they're like, alright. I feel like, though, too, I'm sure, I mean, especially with some of the ones that they scrambled to make, and, too, like, some of the other things, like, where, like, they give you an additional starter, I feel like they were scrambling, and also, one thing we didn't really touch on, it didn't really show it in this, but there's also, like, all of the Mega Evolutions of this, and I feel like they put a lot of their time into creating those Mega Evolutions rather than creating Pokemon, you know.
Yeah, so, like there was just like I don't know.
Yeah. I think it was just priorities.
Yeah, it was kind of like I don't even know what to say. This game, the thing about this game was they tried so many different things at once.
They tried so hard.
Yeah.
And got so far.
Well,
and in the end, it was just very forgettable.
Yeah. Well, because they added it was the first 3D one. They added in like customizable character designs. They had the group of friends mechanic that was different from like the previous just rival system. The gyms were fairly unique, I guess you could say. There was interesting type concepts. The world was fun to explore. Like I did like the Kalos region playing through it. It wasn't my favorite gen of all time.
Yeah.
I'd say, but it was definitely it was I liked it more than exploring Gen 4, I'll say.
Yeah.
It wasn't as streamlined as Gen 5. I didn't play enough of Gen 7, so...
Yeah.
But, yeah, it wasn't a lot of Pokemon, though.
No. There was really, like, that went by so quick.
Yeah, it's
like,
funny.
This is only going to be like a 40-minute episode.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because other than, like, the new evolution, there wasn't even a lot of like new forms for old Pokemon like Gen 4 was like infamous for. Yeah. And because Gen 5 was 100% original, but even this one, like, it was just such a drop in the bucket. Like, I think Gen 3 was like probably the most like expansive in terms of new Pokemon added when you really think about it.
Yeah, and I mean Black and White. Because that was like the whole gimmick of it.
Well, Black and White there was a lot, but Gen 3 had a ton of original Pokemon too.
I just remember like part of the gimmick of
Black and White.
Black and White was that
there was no originals to start.
Yeah.
Well, no old Pokemon to start, I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was Gen 6. Like, we're halfway through this trip. We're getting closer. Next one's going to be rough because we're officially getting to the point now where I literally have no recollection of anything.
Yep, and I'll be leading the way.
Yeah, I'll be giving my opinions, so there'll be a ways to go. But yeah, anyways, guys, thanks again for joining us on the Gaming and Collecting Podcast. The Gaming and Collecting Podcast can be found on all your major podcasting platforms, particularly Apple Podcast and Spotify. We are made on Anchor Podcast, and you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter, along with Good Pods. And the episodes eventually come out on YouTube. It's going to be a little delayed for a while just because current situations. But other than that, thanks again for watching, guys, and we will see you all next time.
See you later.
And we'll see you all then.
Bye.
Bye.
Pokemon.